ancients been sent towards Nightmare's base, and still more ancients been built at Elky's expansion. And another expansion from Elky here. It's just above his natural expansion. As you can see, the Tree of Life being started. So Elky doing mass expansions and mass ancients, and just slowly getting a small army together at 12 o'clock. So Nightmare is now just going to target that building, Ancient of War, and then he's going to target the Tree of Life, I guess. Elky's Demon Hunter is nearly finished. It'll be sent probably to top left to try and save this expansion. Nightmare and targeting Wisps. We might not see this Tree of Life die because the Wisp will be pulled from the gold mine and will be used to repair, I think. And there they go. But Nova deals with them pretty well. Yep, we're going to see that expansion die, but luckily Elky has another one and a second one starting. So as you can see, 7 Druid of the Claws there, level 2, can turn into bear form, will easily kill all those ghouls. Now, if only Nightmare was aware of that, he would get Temple of the Dams and would go for Banshees. So hopefully he sees that stuff soon. Elky running back towards the forest to try and eat trees. He's trying to meet up with his army also, because as soon as that army arrives, Nightmare is going to have to retreat. Immolation, 3 healing potions on that Demon Hunter. He's going to surround the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is probably going to survive. Yep, sure is. That was a bad mistake there from Nightmare. Now he can see those bears, he should instantly be starting Temple of the Dams at, well, the 6 o'clock position. There's no room for it at his natural, so we're seeing Elky retreat. He doesn't want to fight versus the Black Citadel and all those upgraded ziggurat towers. So I guess he's going to either look for Nightmare's expansion or go creeping. So Nightmare is building just ghouls. Very strange that he hasn't started any Temple of the Dams. That's exactly the first thing I would do as soon as I saw that. If we look at the gold, Nightmare has 2,700 gold, Elky only has 350, so it's not as if Nightmare can't afford that. Maybe he's not comfortable using Banshees, who knows. It's not as if they're hard to use. So I guess he prefers just doing the mass ghouls and getting the Novas and Coils and try to kill that Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter again has 3 healing potions. And not only healing potions, but obviously Druid of the Claws have rejuvenation as well, so very, very hard to kill that Demon Hunter. And the Keeper of the Grove again being built, and it's been sent towards his army, and Elky is now going to creep the Stone Golems. Very, very hard for Nightmare to do the same because ghouls are pretty crappy versus Stone Golems. They get hurt very, very badly. Let's see what item he gets here. Belt of Giant Strength, terrible item. Well, as compared to the other items you can get from those creeps, such as... well, the best item is the Infernal Stone. So Elky, with 1 expansion working and 2 expansions nearly up, so he's going to have 3 expansions soon. And here I think we're going to see Nightmare try and creep the golems. Now he has 4 healing scrolls, so he can easily creep the golems without too much trouble. I do find it very strange that he is not getting Temple of the Dams. There's absolutely nothing you can do with Druid of the Claws versus Banshees. You just lose them, and you can't be very smart about it. The only real way to counter Banshees as a Night Elf player, if you're going a lot of Brood of the Claws, is with Brood of the Talons, like 6 or 7, and try and keep the Banshees in the air. Alternatively, you can get a Zeppelin and just load the bears into the Zeppelin and try and pick off the Banshees in the meantime, or drain them of mana, etc. Apart from that, there's really not much else you can do. You just lose your bears. But Nightmare doesn't seem to be too concerned about these bears, so I guess he's just doing all ghouls. Now we see a portal here from Nightmare to save his 6 o'clock expansion. Elky has level 6. Oh, and ESU Nightmare got the best item from those stone golems, which is an Infernal Stone. That's going to help him a lot. Casted directly within the bears with its immolation. Only see the Demon Hunter die. That is how good level 3 Coil and level 2 Nova are. Very, very, very good. So I guess staying ghouls wasn't such a bad decision after all, but he would have had a much easier time with Banshees, in my opinion. Especially with the amount of money he has. It's now 3,000 gold, so he has a shitload of money. And we're now going to see Elky harass Nightmare's second expansion. And Nightmare has also just scouted Elky's top right hand expansion. So we're still seeing Elky do only Druid of the Claws. Man, I wish when I did Druid of the Claws, undead players never got Banshees, because whenever I do it, like even if I get 5 or 6, my opponent always gets Banshees, and I lose them all when I get raped. So, how come Elky is such a lucky guy? Man. So the mines have just exploded. Elky's main mine has just exploded. Nightmare's mine has got a long way to go because he only has 3 acolytes on it. So unfortunately for Elky, he's now down to, well, he 3 expansions. 1 has no wisps on it though. And Nightmare continuing to creep hard. Now, if I was Nightmare, I would get a 3rd hero. I would get a Dreadlord, because he has a level 7 Death Knight and a level 5 Lick, and really leveling them up anymore isn't going to be as helpful as getting, say, a demon Dreadlord to, say, level 4 or whatever. Because sleep alone would be very useful for the undead player to sleep surround that Demon Hunter, especially late game. Let's see if he's going to, well, I'm pretty sure he will get it later on. So Nightmare now concentrating on just getting rid of Elky's expansions.